Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy T Magic, those fantasy fools, and we're back once again with the Play Now Online tips. Now today we're going to be going tier 3, and we're going to be using the Phoenix Suns going up against De'Aaron Fox and the young Sacramento Kings, who've actually been playing really well this year. They have a winning record, they've been beating teams that they should beat, struggling a little bit against some of the tougher teams in the league, as is expected, but for a young team, they're looking pretty good. But anyways, let's get this thing started, man. The moral of this video in this game is going to be try to be adaptable. And what I mean by that is you go into a game trying to play your game and looking to attack it in a certain way. But if you see that that's not working, you need to find a different approach, and you need to find it rather quickly, because again, you're only playing a 20-minute game. So if you wait too long and you just keep trying to attack the other team in a certain way and it's just falling flat, you're going to be down really quick, and it's going to be hard to get back into that game. So you need to find an adjustment quickly so that you don't end up too far behind early on in the game. So for instance, in this game, you're going to see that I'm playing against one of those classic steal spammers. He's trying to get steals every play. He's trying to get blocks anytime around the rim. And it's throwing off my offense, because if you've been watching my videos, you see that I'm generally running a set offense. I'm looking to get good off-ball movement, good player movement, and get guys open shots through the play calling. But in this game, he's making that really tough to do, because the way that he's playing and trying to get a steal every play and every possession, and running out and sprinting out to guys to try to get steals and stay in the passing lane. See right there, I'm trying to just hand the ball off to Booker, and he's in the way and getting a steal. I lucked up and got Trevor Ariza right under the basket, but that wasn't the play call. That was just bad defense on his end, and I lucked up with an open player underneath the basket. But that typically isn't going to happen if you're running plays like running a set offense. And you see right now I'm down 7-2 because of the way that I was approaching the game. And you see again, he's trying to get those steals. You want to be careful bringing the ball up when somebody's trying to attempt those steals. I get an open shot, Ryan Anderson, who misses it, and that's the only thing he's out there on the floor for, because his defense is absolutely terrible. You see he gets in the fast break off of Anderson's miss, leading to an easy basket. And now I'm down 9-2. Just taking a timeout so that I can kind of reassess my approach to the game and come out with something a little bit different. Okay, so you see I started to call a play, but then I'm like, no, that's not working. Alright, I'm just going to run a little freelance. Instead of running actual offense, I'm let guys move on their own and just kind of take advantage of what the defense is giving me. So I'm going to Ayton inside against Cauley-Stein. Ayton's way bigger than Cauley-Stein is, so a lot of times that's going to be a good look. As you see him coming right back down and get a shot with De'Aaron Fox. Now right here, what I wanted to show everybody is what I've come across a lot of the times I'm playing people online, and how they attempt to get steals. Alright, so they'll bring the first guy up, usually the point guard, and try to get that first steal. Now what you're going to see me doing is switching to the inbounder. So I just push R1, or I guess right button on the Xbox, and then I select triangle, because that's TJ Warren. And now I have TJ Warren. Now I could pass to the left or the right. He doesn't know who I am or which way I'm going to go. And now I get the ball in. Now he's already switched off of De'Aaron Fox, and he switched to a player in the backcourt, because usually what people do is they're going to try to make that pass that I just did right here. But because the defense attacks the ball and the offense fades away from the ball, that usually ends up being a steal. Luckily, he misses it, and I end up in the court with an open shot for Devin Booker, but most times that will be a steal. So you want to be careful with that, because again, the offensive player in 2K, for whatever reason, doesn't come to the ball. They kind of leak out towards the defense. Meanwhile, the defense is going straight to the ball, and that ends up being a lot of turnovers. Okay, so you want to be patient with that. I lucked out because he didn't get that steal, and you're going to see that happen when you're playing online as well with some of these guys that are always trying to get steals. They force you, kind of bait you almost into making that pass, and that gets stolen a lot of times if you rush it. Alright, so right here what I wanted to show you guys was this sprinting steal that the guy I was playing with was using to pretty good effect. So he's a sprint all the way up with De'Aaron Fox and just spam square, and it ends up forcing me into a turnover. Now The reason that's such a problem is because the offense isn't as quick to react as the defense is. So I couldn't change direction as fast as De'Aaron Fox was running at me and ended up getting him steal. Again, he did the sprint steal right there. He wasn't even in position, and his man was fumbling on the floor, and he ended up getting the steal, leading to another basket for him. So you got to be careful when you see somebody doing that. As you see him trying to get another steal here. But this time we're able to get the ball up the court, and he left Trevor Ariza wide open, which is one of the reasons why I kind of started going away from my play calling, because it was more effective with him attempting all these different steals to just wait for him to be out of position and find the open man. But when bringing the ball up against somebody like this, it could be prudent to just hold the L2 button in the backcourt when bringing the ball up, and not just the front court when you're calling a play. Okay, so it seems kind of silly, and you have to play a little bit slower, but when you're going up against somebody like this, it's something you have to do. Use the L2 button when you're just bringing the ball up. Right? And if you're using the Phoenix Suns, if you're struggling defensively, Ryan Anderson, just take him out the game. He's by far the worst defender in 2K that I've ever seen. He's generally out of position. He doesn't affect anybody's shot. He fouls when there doesn't need to be a foul. He's just terrible on defense, even though he scores right here. That's if he's not scoring, you just need to get him out of the game. All right. You'll see multiple times during this game where he's just costing me points after points. And you see one of the benefits there of playing somebody that is kind of a spammer, a button spammer, if you will, is that they're always getting their players out of position when they attempt these steals and blocks. So it pays off just to take half a second when you see your opponent out of position to just wait a second and then make the pass. A lot of times you'll end up with a much better pass and a much better shot, because by then he's already anticipating that you're going to pass it. So he's jumping the gun almost every play. He's jumping the gun to try to get a steal because he thinks you're going to make it a pass to the open player automatically. And he's going to jump the gun and make it a block attempt because he's anticipating that you're going to go up. Without a pump fake, without a ball fake, he's already trying to get the steal. He's already trying to get the block, which shows that he's just anticipating and he's not reacting. So be aware of that. You can take advantage of that in most games. On the Phoenix Suns, TJ Warren is your second best scorer. You know, Booker isn't going for you offensively, and he's struggling a little bit. Look to get the ball to TJ Warren, because he's an effective scorer. He's good at slashing to the basket. He has a good mid-range game. So if Booker is not in the game, or you're finding that you're struggling a little bit with Booker, maybe because he has a tough defender on him or the defense is paying extra attention to him, then you want to be going to TJ Warren. Obviously, Booker is your best player, and you want to be giving him the ball as much as possible. But TJ Warren is an effective scorer in his own right. So, again, you're looking to get him the ball, get him the ball on offense as much as you can. Now, going back to the game, again, I'm not really running offense every play down. I'm just going to take advantage of what he's giving me. Just kind of play off of what he's doing to get my offense that way. Right now, he only has Zebo as his big man. He's not an effective rebounder. So you can take advantage of that if you're playing the Kings and you see that they take out Cauley-Stein. If they have Zebo down there, you should be able to crash the boards and get a lot of offensive rebounding opportunities. As you get an open shot, Ryan Anderson, again, just taking what the defense is giving me without the play calling. You see he's trying to get the steal in the backcourt, and I'm not forcing up the shot right there, you know. A lot of times the best shot you can take is not the one with the player that's wide open. It's to be a little patient and then find a better shot off of that action. All right, so Isaiah Cannon is not a knockdown shooter, so I didn't force that up with him. I looked for a better shot, and we ended up getting fouled. Booker at the line. That's a much better opportunity than Cannon pulling up off the dribble for three. All right. So you see we're killing them on the boards with Ayton and Chandler down there, and you see he's trying to get a steal. Ends up with a wide open opportunity. With the Phoenix Suns, it's better to be running on offense because in the half court they're just not as effective. They're kind of like the Lakers. They're just not that strong in the half court. But In the open court, they can compete with anybody. They have shooters between 1 through 4, and then Aiden down low with the rebound. You see he's out of position again. Aiden gets another easy basket, and that's what I was talking about in being adaptable. And early on in the game, I was trying to run plays, and I was down like 10 points. And since then, we've switched our approach, and now we've taken the lead, and we've gone up, and we have the momentum. We're pushing the ball. We have Booker open, and that's why you want to push the ball with the Suns.
And it's a 6-point Suns lead.
And Anderson, again, out of position, trying to get a steal, and then a lame block attempt. Take him out if he's killing you on defense. And you scored twice in a row there, so just call your timeout, kind of settle things back down, keep momentum on your side. You don't want them going out into a run. Utilize your timeouts. Before every game, I take it from automatic timeout call to manual timeouts because I want those timeouts to be used when they matter the most. You see I'm going TJ Warren again. This was actually a play call because I was scoring the way that I was earlier. He's kind of settled down on his end. Alright, you remember earlier in the game, he was just spamming steal, running all around. But because I was scoring almost every play off of that after I made my own adjustment, he's kind of settled down into playing more conservatively. And now I'm able to run a little bit of a set offense. Ooh, Okobo with the jam there. Running simple pick and roll offense. You see, you're going to see he struggles to play in the half court. So as long as you're not turning the ball over, with a lot of these players that you go up against, they don't know how to run a half court offense, and you'll be able to compete with them in any game because, again, they're really relying on the steals and fast breaks and three-pointers that if you slow the game down, you avoid turnovers, you'll be 90% of the way there. So starting out this fourth quarter, now that things have kind of settled down for him on defense, I'm going to run a post-up play for Aiden, right? And it's going to be a beautiful play call because you'll see him try to set that screen there and then dive to the rim for an easy deuce, all right? And that's why I've always preached, run plays. If you want to post up, that's fine. Run a post-up play, though. If you want to do a pick and roll, that's fine. Just run a pick and roll play because you get these actions that are happening before that lead to easy shot opportunities like you just saw right there. Like you just see him forcing things and struggling in the half court. I could have made that pass to Ariza earlier, but you see that would have been stolen because he was anticipating that I was going to make that pass. But instead of going to Booker, that's the man. He goes under the screen, and that leads to an easy shot with Devin Booker. The man scores 70 points in the game. Don't go under his screens. And you see him just kind of mosey his way on in for a dunk. But that's fine, though. It happens. Continue to play your game. Again, Booker keeping the ball with Booker's hands. And you see he's all out of position. And we get an open shot. He misses it, but because he's out of position, we get the offensive rebound. And I'm not forcing up the shot with Josh Jackson. I'm going right to the rim for the easy jam. Josh Jackson is not a shooter. More times than not, you can bait somebody into that shot and then just go to the rim. And Aiden is surprisingly fast with the ball. So if you have Aiden on a break, just keep the ball in his hands instead of forcing a bad pass that will likely get stolen against somebody that I'm playing against like this, who's constantly trying to get those steals that I've talked about this whole game. And you see another example right here of Ryan Anderson being absolute trash on defense. He's not a shot blocker, so I don't know why he keeps attempting these blocks. He's not anybody that gets steals, so I don't know why he's always still attempting these steals. And all he's doing in the process is racking up fouls, or he's out of position. So he's hurting my team on defense. At this point, I already had him out the game, but you live and you learn. So right here, I'm just going to be patient on offense, and I'm attacking the rim with Cannon, but I'm going to dump it off to Aiden. You always want to be giving the ball to the best player given the situation, and Cannon attacking the rim is not where the best option lied in that play. It was definitely giving the ball to Aiden, who's a much stronger finisher at the rim. And you see he's struggling in the half court, taking a bad pass attempt, leading to a fast break for my team, and we're rolling now. 10-point game, and you look, now we have 9 turnovers. We had 6 in that first quarter. And that's just a testament to our adjustments. We just started taking our time, not forcing that pass, any long passes really at all. And that really helped us, even though I just turned it over right there, just kind of getting sloppy now that the game is essentially at hand. So real quickly, I just want to hit you guys with a few tips on how you can avoid turnovers when playing somebody that is constantly going for steals like this guy was in this game. Alright? One of the first things you can do is just simply be patient with the ball. Alright? I know it's tempting to make the pass immediately when you see a guy that's open or anticipate a guy being open. But at the same time, he's seeing what you're seeing. And a lot of times he might actually be baiting you into making a pass to a guy that's open. So just take an extra second, or half a second I should say, and make sure everything's absolutely clear before you make a pass, a quick pass, alright? When inbounding the ball, switch to the inbounder. Right here I just icon switched to Ayton, and I was able to get the ball to Cannon, no problem, even though he was in the backcourt trying to get that steal, alright? You will save yourself a lot of steals just by doing that one thing. I don't see anybody else doing it when I'm playing online. Alright, again, look, I have Ayton. He can't steal the inbound because he doesn't know where I'm going with the ball, and I'm able to safely get it in. Right? And then lastly, if you see that your ball handler is hanging out at the half court when you got the rebound with your big, hold the circle button like a dribble handoff, and your point guard or ball handler will come to the ball and you can safely give it to him. Alright? And I guarantee you do those three things, you'll be able to cut back on your turnovers big time. Alright? And after struggling mightily in that first quarter, we were able to fight our way back and get the dub in this one. So, if you found this video helpful or enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this in the future. I've mentioned in other videos we're going to try to get around to doing all 30 NBA teams before the year is over with, and we'll be pumping out other content as well in between time. Alright, this has been your boy T Magic with those fantasy fools, reminding you, take care of the ball. It'll help your game big time. Alright, catch y'all next time. Peace.